Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Great to have you here. It is a great day today. A lot of sun, a lot of light. This is the kind of weather that you want in Australia because in summer, it sometimes gets really hot. But this year's been quite different because I remember in the beginning of December, which was the beginning of the summer, it was very cold. But now everybody's trying to get out now. After Christmas, this is the weather being perfect. Let's hope the weather will continue this way. And God bless. Now, as you see what I have on the table, today's scene is actually quite unique. Because it's been a great day, this morning I was asking myself, which watch should I pick up for the day? I'm having a great mood. So I want to pick something in the balance between dressy watch, and something durable, tool watch. As a tool watch, I want to pick the perfect balance in between. So I had a few watches that on my short list. Of course, let's today start from the left. We have the very classic SKX 009. This is the J version, what everybody wants. The prices of those watches are going nuts. Very beautiful dial. That sort of deep bluish with the Pepsi bezel. Very classic design. Everybody knows about this watch. It suits really well. Again, I think because of that color, because of the pop of the Pepsi bezel, it's blending really well with your casual wear or even something, more fancy event. You can take this watch to meet your friends. It will be great. It will be great matchup. So I have that in my short list. And of course, you can pick something like this Sarb, classic the Zarb Black Dial, the Sarb 033. Very beautiful watch, without a doubt. Classic dimensions, about, I think, what, 38, 38 and a half, especially when the watch is matched with the beautiful Uncle Seiko Jubilee bracelets. We know this is going to be a heavy contender every time when you want to pick something fancy. You're going to a wedding, you're going to be your, someone special in your life. You're wearing suits, long sleeves, you name it. This is gonna be the one you want to pick up. I also had this watch on my mind because how beautiful that classic alpinist dial, that green, sunburst green with the gold indices, the bracelets of this strap called Angus Jubilee that they call it, a lot thicker, really really well made. The color scheme just matched this watch perfectly. Bring the whole scout to the next level. Something fancy, something toolish. This is great. So I thought, you know what? I can bring this watch to my today's event as well. And then lastly, I thought this is being a fan favorite. This is, of course, the 62 mass or 63 mass. It's based on the 62 mass original, very similar dimension. This one is just under 40 millimeters. Everybody knows about this model. This is the cappuccino brown dial, was released just before the COVID. The SPB 147J. So I had those few beautiful watches on my mind, and I can't wait to the events today. And I think, you know what, it's gonna be a great turnout. So no problem. Those watches are great. But I just want to make this video to the rest of the guys out there. Of course, I'm putting this watch in the middle because I believe this, among all, is the best bang for buck when it comes to perfect balance between dress watch and sport watch. Simply because most of those watches has been discontinued. You don't want to put a scratch on your SKXs because, of course, it's Helix crystal. You don't want to put a massive ding on your Starb 033 cases or the SARB, of course, the SPB. The price of those watches has been skyrocketed, especially those ring. They are more than doubling the price now. Even you go into the used market, they will cost a whole lot more than what it is supposed to be, used to be. So that just brings my attention to this beauty. I think this watch, even though it is only a Seiko 5, even though this only had 100-meter body resistance, this is not an ISO certified diver. This doesn't has polishing as good as the Saab 033. This one doesn't carry the legendary design and the format of the Alpinist. Of course, this one is no way near when it comes to the finishing and overall robustness of the 62 mass. But it has a voice. This watch is beautiful. I have no problem. I have no issues wearing this watch to a wedding. because how beautifully this watch was made. I'm hoping the whole thing is really transitioned through the camera to screen because this SNZH55 is one of the best Seiko that I believe in my collection that truly speaks volume for what it's trying to be. Of course, from design perspective, it is borrowed from the Black Pond 55, 50 fathoms. Now, as in Seiko hobby communities will call this Seiko 55 fathoms because it's falling under the Seiko 5 umbrella. I believe those watches started making to the market maybe about a decade ago, maybe even longer. I picked this up about a year ago, I believe, for about 200 USD. Uh, any SNZH watches would be a great add-on to your collection, simply because how elegant they are. You really have to hold one. You really have to hold one in your hand to know how beautifully those watches were made. Um, of course, from a dimension perspective, it's slightly larger. It's not. You see, that's the thing. It has a, a different standard design from the SKX. The lock to lock is slightly longer, and because the spirit of that 50 Black Palm, 50 Fathom, it has that beautiful beveled edge, make it extremely elegant. When you're putting this watch next to your Sharp 033, it doesn't look out of place at all. I know the bezel is slightly fatter and larger, but look how beautifully that layer of hard legs was put on the bezel rather than aluminium. So it reflects light extremely elegantly. Even putting this watch next to your Sharp 017, the legendary Alpinist, I have no problem picking up this Seiko 5, no problem at all. Of course, from a movement standpoint, this carries the old 7S movement. I think 7S26 or 7S27. It doesn't allow hand wind. You can't hack the movements, but it's fine. It's fine, guys. I'm telling you guys. If you guys happy with the movement with the SKX, you will be happy with this. Uh, it goes very accurately. If you, um, of course, wear this watch regularly, the watch is going to be on its full power reserve. It's going to work really well. Um, and look at the date wheel. The date wheel is black. It just matched perfectly with that inky black dial. It's really well designed. Um, it's unbelievably beautiful, guys. So I just had a look on the eBay listing. I tried to look it up. Of course, there's black dial, the SNZH 55. Most of the sellers want ridiculous money for this watch already. So I believe there are a few on the forums or maybe on the Facebook marketplace that will pop out. Maybe we'll snatch one up between 2 to 250. Now, if you can, guys, I strongly recommend this watch. If you can pick up the J version, do it. It's without a doubt one of the most beautiful Seikos and Seiko 5s I've ever had in my collection. And just look at my current collection. I hope that speaks for its evidence. I'm not selling this. If someone offers me 300, 350, I'm not selling it because I truly believe in 10 or 20 years, of course, if the watch industry is still doing well, if the Seiko still has a strong reputation and brand name in the industry, this watch is going to be a future classic. It already is. Um, just to show you guys, the bezel feels great. Classic Seiko, but again, this one doesn't really line up. Sort of half a click off. Um, you can sort of put it in the middle. Of course, we know the issue that Seiko had with the QC problem. Just to show you guys the loom. The loom is great. Of course, on the hour hand, on the mini hands, and on each hour marker. Look how beautiful the handset designs are. It's different than almost all of them, but it looks extremely well designed. Look at that second hand. Look at that a little bit of triangle in the midway of that second hand. It sweeps beautifully and really glide through the dial because there's no really inner chaptering. so it makes the dial look larger. And because the color is black, so the whole watch looks really elegant. With this bracelet, a 22 meter straight link, um, piece of rice bracelet, it just brings the watch to a whole dimension, guys. Listen to me. If you can look it up, you can have a bit of time today. Even look it up today. SNZH 55, SNZH 55 black dial. Now, I just want to finish the video with a wrist shot just to show you guys how beautiful that the whole thing is on my wrist. It's fantastically made. The thickness is very thin, to be honest, guys. It's very thin. It's probably thinner than SKX. Um, it's just a perfect. It's a perfect watch. It's a perfect watch between sports and dressy. And guys, look, this is what I'm gonna wear today. Um, the rest of the watches is gonna sit on my watch box. Of course, I love them as well. But today, I have no problem picking this up. All right, guys. So hopefully, it's the beauty really going from the screen to your screen because I really love this watch. SNZH55. Any questions? Please leave some comments down below. I appreciate watching this. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.